I should be changed John or Dave or whatever.
So if you would start off and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, my name is Sikwan Sotipanya. Okay, I used to work in Golden State Food for 30 years. Now I'm retired. I'm retired, and the most Laotian people, over 100 families who live in Joliet. So they want me to be a representative for Laotian people in Blackfield. So they want me to connect with outside and want me to improve our community in Joliet. What we're gonna do, we still maintain our culture, our tradition, our religion. Buddhism, we believe that. That's what we do, and we want to learn something new, and anyone give advice or anything good, we want to improve our Laotian there, how we can be better and how we survive and learn something new from here. That's what I have. And by the way, I thank you for letting me come here and sit down and have a meeting with Republican committee. Thank you very much. Special Michael. Thank you, Michael.
Hi, I'm Rudy. I don't have a special thing I do. I just help whatever, my mom and which are here tonight. We're in the Joliet district, precinct 3. And my mom and dad wants to do a temple, so, and we just need to know how to do it and everything. So we're like interested in networking with everyone and helping out with that. And that's about it. I work at a bank. Been there for 15 years. That's all I do. Thank you for having me.
All right, hi, I'm Michael Alfaro. I brought a special guest today, and here's the thing. In Elgin, there's a very big Laos temple, okay? And I think about 20 acres, give or take. Income-wise, bring about 100,000 every other week or so. I mean, it's thriving, right? But the Laotian community out here wants to have something that's a little more convenient for them, so they don't have to travel so far to Elgin twice a week. So they want to build something here, and they have a couple of locations in Joliet, probably around 19 acres or so. The thing about this community, it's really special. It's very tight. It's nothing like you ever seen. When you come out to one of the events, like we're going to have a picnic on August 25th. You guys come out and see the community, get to meet with them, just be among them. You're going to see how special it is. It's nothing like you ever seen before. The fact that we have the president and the treasurer of this community, it's very special because they do a lot. Each one has a responsibility. Each one has a role. We're not talking about just a pack of people that goes on social media and hits like if you eat this food or that food. I mean, they're literally in contact with each other on a day in and day out basis. I myself, my wife is Laos, and her cool story is that when Gorbachev decided to bring down the Berlin Wall, my father-in-law was a representative of Laos government at the time. And so Gorbachev came to my father-in-law and asked what his advice was. And eventually they came to agreement with Reagan to bring down the wall. And from there, they immigrated here in a legal way. They came through the process. Laotian community is very strong on Republican values, pro-life, pro-Second Amendment, limited government. And we want to help, with this temple. And I know our values align with theirs. And, this is your opportunity, as candidates or representatives or whatever, to get to know these people because, they're kind of like, they've always been around us in our communities for a while, a long time. They've been here for over 30 years. Trump supporters, and thank you guys for coming out here, and it's really going to work in your benefit. So, any other questions or anything like that, you can give me a holler. Our next meeting we're going to try to do with Natalie will be to get together and just do a sit down, and they're going to have an idea like, hey, this is the location we want to go, and we want to see who can come alongside of us and work with us. Real quick, one more thing. I also work with the largest 501c for the Laotian community. It's called Jai Lao, which means Heart Laos. And we're going to be hosting like a fundraiser event sometime in the future. I plan to have about 300 people, give or take, attend this event, this fundraiser. We're going to build a school. Social media-wise, we're going to hit over 1 million views. I guarantee it, and that's without boosting it, folks. And we're also, we're going to do an event for that, and also for the possible fundraiser event for the Joliet Temple. So, like I said, we will love you guys to come and join us, work with us. That's why we're here today, to make that bridge. And I just want to let you know where we're going, And if you're conservative, you believe in pro-life, if you're big on Second Amendment, limited government, all right, come along with us, And I just want to make that bridge possible. So, again, Mike File, thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, with that, as I said, I'm going to be winging it tonight, flying by the seat of my pants. So, Ben, you're up.
Why do you always look at me first?
Because I'm the person sitting in the corner.
Okay. All right, so these candidate speeches are when we're talking to our guests, or what is it that you're looking for?
I'm flying by the seat of my pants, so whatever.
All right, well, let me speak to our guests here, okay? Because it sounds like you're looking for candidates to speak. My name is Ben Braun. I take it all of you live here in Will County or nearby. I'm one of your Will County judges. You actually have 37 judges in this county. We've got a few of us here tonight, at least 2 of us here tonight. You have 2 open judicial positions that you'll be voting for in November. I hope you're going to vote for me, Ben Braun, and my colleague, Victoria McKay Kennison, in the white dress and the napkin. Okay? Between Judge Kennison and I, we have 20 years of experience on the bench. I was appointed to serve in 2006, and Judge Kennison was appointed a few years after that. About 2/3 of the judges in the county are appointed. They're appointed by other judges, and we serve 4-year terms. Every so often, you have the chance to vote for judges, and this is one of those years. There are 2 open positions, and Judge Kennison and I want to fill those positions. Okay, I can tell you I'm running for several reasons. Number one, my record is an open book. Okay, if you were to look and see how my peers, how my colleagues rate me, they would tell you. If you looked at that, it would tell you that I'm one of the tops, particularly in the areas of impartiality, being fair to everyone, legal ability, properly applying the law, and sensitive to cultural differences. Okay, that, believe it or not, that's actually one of the categories. Okay, the real important thing that these elected judges do is, number one, there are relatively few elected judges. Most of them are appointed judges. Those elected judges are the ones that choose the appointed judges. Okay. Number two, the elected judges run the courthouse. They supervise all of the other judges. And number three, the chief judge. And the chief judge is always an elected judge, and for a long, long time has been a Republican judge. Okay, for probably longer than most of us have been alive here. The chief judge is responsible for administering a $35 million budget to run the courthouse. Okay, that's $35 million in tax dollars that the county board allocates to it. Okay, so I'm running. I believe that based on my experience, both as a judge for the last 12 years and as a lawyer for 20 years before that, I'm the best qualified person in my race to have that position. And I know, okay, it's not a belief, I know that Judge Kennison is the best qualified person in her race. She's the only judge in her race. Okay? All right, so I probably raised more questions than I answered. These folks have all heard this before, all right? But I'll stick around until all of your questions are answered that you have. All right? Thank you very much. It's an honor to have you here tonight.
Thank you. about 11 minutes until our official 7:30 start time. So we're going to do a little bit of speed campaigning. I'm gonna pull the Joe card since Joey's not here to be our timer. Probably 2 minutes. Who's a candidate or representing a candidate? If you are, raise your hand. I'll do 1, 2 over here. Steve, 3. 4, 5, 6. Okay. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Hey.
I can do it. Good evening, everyone. It's great to be here again tonight with lots of friends, and welcome to our distinguished guests. We're really honored to have you here. I am one of the Will County judges running for one of 2 circuit court positions, as my colleague Judge Braun just said. We are associate judges currently, which means we were appointed and we have served in every law division in the courthouse. I can tell you that we have experience in the criminal courts, the civil courts, and the family court. As a circuit court judge, I am hoping to continue to grow and expand our problem-solving courts, as well as potentially work in our family courts again. It's important that we maintain a strong, experienced, conservative circuit court. Circuit judges that share our values, circuit judges who are from this community, that have dedicated their service, their careers to this community, to uphold the law and to make sure that we are not legislating from the bench. It's not our job as judges to make or write the law, it's our job to follow the law as written and to honor our Constitution. That is the bedrock of our society. So everyone in this room, I believe, that's here believes these principles. We all hold them true and dear. We're asking for, obviously, your support. Judge Braun and Judge McKay-Kennison, please vote for us coming this fall, starting September 27th. Thank you.
Rick.
Hi, everybody. My name is Rick Live. I'm running for the 86th District State Representative seat. This is the first time I have met such a large contingency of the Lau family here. I'm delighted to speak with all of you. I do not have any entry point into this family. I know we have different customs, we have different practices, we have different languages. The nice thing about living in a free country, the nice thing about living in a limited government is that you are free to pursue that. You have a better option than when the government gets involved. If that's slightly attractive to you, I would encourage you to support me while we're running. I'll just leave it at that. 86th District, Rick Live. Thank you so much. It was really nice to meet you.
Lori.
Good evening and welcome, guests. Yeah, my name is Lori McPhillips. I'm running for Will County Clerk. We do have something in common. You're a Cubs fan, I see over there, so it's a great thing. You chose wisely. And the county clerk's office it runs the elections, and Nancy Schultz Boots is the current county clerk. She actually endorsed me, so did her predecessor, Jan Gould. Together, they have 25 years running that office, so they know what it takes to run that office. And that office has confidential information. It has your signature for voting. It also has your birth certificates, your marriage license, at some point our death certificates too, but we don't want to go there. And it also works with the tax extension, so all the calculations for your tax bills are in that office as well. And I worked for the county for almost 27 years, so I'm running on experience and honesty and integrity. And one of the biggest concerns is my opponent was charged with felony forgery for stealing a payroll check and then lied about it. And that does not belong in that office. We need honesty and integrity in that office. It's too important, especially with our critical elections and with all the different voter fraud things you're hearing. You need somebody with experience that knows what to do in that office. So that's why I'm running, and I've gotten their support, and we appreciate your support too. Thank you for your time.
Steve.
Hello, everybody. I'm Steve Weber. I'm your treasurer. Just so you understand fully what the treasurer's office does is we're also the county's bank. So all the offices that take in money bring that money to me on a daily basis. The sheriff's office, the state's attorney, the county clerk, the circuit clerk. And then we also mail out the tax bill after the county clerk extends it. It goes to the assessor. They put the exemptions on. I get it. We mail it to all the households. We collect it. We invest it. And that's the difference with me. I'm a CPA, I'm a financial professional. I was lucky enough to be your trusted watchdog auditor for 8 years. I caught a lot of fraud in those 8 years, and I saved you over $1 million a year in operational costs by catching errors. I'm doing a similar thing in the Treasury. To date, I've made over $50 million in interest, and we would have made about $10 million. But we invested aggressively as the law allows. We save money. We buy used office furniture on Craigslist, for example. So we do things that most governmental offices don't do. I would only run for offices that are financial in nature. You can't, and I'm investing $400 million. You really don't want to have just a politician running that office. I am the last Republican countywide, so we need to get Lori in there for county clerk. We need Riley in there for sheriff. We need these judges. So I want to ask for your support, and thank you for coming.
I'm going to talk for myself a little bit, but about Bruce Reiner too, because I'm Bruce Reiner's coordinator for Homer Township area, which means wherever he's not, no one else is around, I'm supposed to talk to him. So I believe in less government, less taxes, and less regulations. And that's pretty much what everything I do is about. Everything has to help people. Don't help people, forget about it. And I think everybody can look at what I've done. I have a proven record of doing it, and so does Frizzalone, my partner. And so we are here. Bruce Reiner is here. He did a lot of stuff that made a lot of people angry. Bailing out Chicago, the so-called spin fake news in the media saying that we're a sanctuary state when we're not. And then abortions on demand, you know, them are the things that made me a huge supporter of Jeannie Ives. And probably a lot of people in this room. Well, now it's general elections over here. You get to know Bruce Reiner, and I read that Trust Act over and over again, and it really is a bogus thing. It doesn't say nothing. And Bruce came out publicly and said he is against illegal immigration, and he likes the way Trump is handling it. So there's a big difference from what the media has been telling everybody. So when you're at the doors and you say, well, I guarantee you whoever you go to, Democrat, Republican, Independent, everybody's fed up with illegal immigration. You tell them that Reiner's against it, because he's actually went out publicly and said it. So just remember, that's probably the key thing to talk about Reiner right now. Then you got the map. If we lose this election, we lose the map. That means that Democrats will control this state till, I think it's 2033. We'll be dead by then. So it's a real important election. So a lot of people put Bruce Reiner on the backside and say, I don't know, I'd rather not talk about him. You better talk about him, because if he doesn't win, we're all going to get screwed. Every single one of us. You know, if Lori wins, the judges win, I win, and then we got Pritzker in there. How many people are going to move out of your districts? And how many people from Chicago are going to move into your district? You're not going to be around at all, because you won't be able to afford to live here. Last I heard it was $575 for a sticker for your car. You got 3 people, that's almost $1,800 for cars. 85 cents a gallon gas tax. Progressive income tax starting at $17,400. So that means the poor people that weren't paying are going to have to pay now. So the whole gamut of JB is bad. We got to get Bruce in.
Go Bruce!
And with that, God bless everybody.
I'm going to try this. Sabadi? Was that close? Okay. Welcome to our guests here very much. My name is Keith Ogle. I'm running for Will County Board. I'm a village trustee in Frankfort. I've been here. My lovely wife Kim is with me tonight. And the county board that I represent is Frankfort and Green Garden and Manhattan. Now, you may not live in those areas, but you may know people that live there. things that I would vote for on the county board will affect you if you live in Will County. It's very important that we maintain a Republican majority, which we have right now on the county board. If the Democrats flip 3 seats, we'll have a split board again, and they will control the taxes, which the Republicans, we've been able to keep that under control, keep the taxes down. Everyone's first concern is they'd like to be able to still live in their house and not be taxed out of their home and stay here. I'm a pro-life, pro-Second Amendment, I'm conservative. I've fought very hard in our district and locally to keep taxes down. So I will work very hard for everyone here in Will County. Again, even though I represent this Frankfort district, we vote on things that influence and affect the entire county. So it's important that even though you may not live here, if you have friends, please ask them to vote for me, Keith Ogle. Thank you.
Colleen is here representing
Darlene Sanger. I brought pictures. Darlene Sanger and Jim Dodge. Thank you so much, Michael, and all of you for this opportunity. I've been on a statewide campaign a couple of times, and we end up talking to the same Republicans. We all know each other. And so to be able to meet you, and I have information from Michael, I will make sure that Jim and Darlene are able to reach out to your community. They would be thrilled to come to the picnic. I just have to verify if it's at Elgin or we'll get there. Statewide offices, they're constitutional offices. So just after Bruce Rauner, you can vote for Dodge and Darlene. If this race were based on experience and ability, they would already be in. But that's not how it is in America, which makes it very interesting. Darlene, running for comptroller, she writes the checks. She spends the money. She pays the bills. And as you may be aware, that was a big problem the past couple of years because they had no budget, so the backlog, which we still have, but that's what she's running for. Jim invests the dollars. And he is an IT consultant, MBA from University of Chicago, and I urge you to look more into these candidates because they're good people. Thank you so much.
Is there anybody, can we go a couple more minutes? Is there anybody here?
Take 5 minutes after that.
Okay, anybody here representing Jason Helen's campaign? No. Jim Riley's campaign. Anybody want to speak for Jim Riley?
He'll reach out to you. He'd like to speak with you, and we'll definitely be at that picnic. Just real quick update. We have a fundraiser on August 6th in Shanahan at Riverhawk Brewery with Congressman Adam Kinzinger. And then we have another one August 24th in Manhattan with the Cosgrove Brothers of Cosgrove Construction out at their farm and their private little sports bar. So we'll have information on that soon. Besides that, that's about all I got right now. No, that's
okay. Nick Stella's campaign. Anybody here from Nick Stella's? George, who are you representing?
Gretchen and Darren.
Perfect.
Sabadi. Good evening, everyone. My name is George Pearson. I'm here actually representing Gretchen Fritz and Darren Benefield, who's running in the Will County District 5. That area covers Plainfield and most of the southern region of Naperville and the areas of Aurora that are still within the Will County District. Right now, they're out. Gretchen actually just got back in town from a business trip, and Darren is with family, and we know how important family is. Gretchen is a strong supporter of the Second Amendment. She actually, her and a friend of hers teaches the Second Amendment classes through Safer USA. Great program. My wife and I have been through it. I'm actually getting ready to send my sons through it because she believes in protecting your rights. One of the things that Joe Walsh would always say on there, that the Second Amendment protects all the other amendments. Gretchen very much believes in that. She's been part of the team on the Will County Board that has helped keep your taxes where they are. So we would like to be able to keep, again, the county board where it is in the Republican stronghold so that we can continue to look for ways to keep our hard-earned money in our pockets and spend it on the things that we want to spend it on, and not how frivolously a lot of folks want to be able to raise your taxes and do elsewise. So again, Gretchen Fritz, Darren Benefield, and Will County Board District 5. Thank you.
I'm here to speak for Alicia Benford. She's running for the 98th District against Natalie Manley. Natalie Manley has held that position. She is nothing more than a pawn for Michael Madigan. Alicia is overqualified. She is probably one of the most qualified people I've ever met in the times that I have been out working campaigns. I urge you to support her, and it is imperative that we get one of these Madigan people who will vote blindly for anything that he asks her to vote for off of that seat. The 90th District is part of Plainfield, Lockport, a lot of Joliet, and it's probably a lot of where you people live. She is a CPA. She has her own firm. She's had it for 20 years, has a lot of experience with business people, and really understands what it's all about. And I urge you to consider voting for her. Secondly, Jason Helland is having a fundraiser on August 16th at the Kankakee Boat Club, 5 to 7 p.m. I was just given that particular information. I'm sure there'll be more out on that, but that will be a very nice event as well. Thank you. Are there any other candidates or candidate representatives? Anybody that I've missed?
If I could, I just neglected to mention one thing. I also have a fundraiser coming up August 9th right here at Gatto's. So I hope that you all can come. It'll be from 6 to 9, and Adam Kinzinger is also going to be one of the guest speakers, and Dan Kropp will be there as well. So thank you.
Fundraisers on the money we forgot about. And I'm also having a fundraiser that's hosted by Nancy Voots and Jan Gould, and it's going to be on July 31st at Cimino's Pizza. We have a Facebook page out, so if you look at the Facebook page, it has all the details. Thanks.
Okay, since we're talking fundraisers, every campaign runs, we self-fund a lot of the campaign ourselves. We believe in ourselves, so we put a lot of our own money into it too, but it's very expensive. So we're having what we're calling a Septoberfest, because it's the end of September, not quite October, and it'll be pierogies, stogies, and polkas. So we always, at our events, we always have good food. We like to eat, we like good food, and like to have fun with it. Political events do not have to be boring. So this is at CD and Me. There's little things around the table too. So thank you.
So I'm going to teach you some Polish because it's obvious you're not Polish.
I am not Polish.
So I am 50% Polish, although I don't look like it. So in Polish, how do you say pierogi? Pierogi. So in Polish, it's pierogi. Pierogi. Okay, everybody, pierogi. Pierogi. Okay, and sabadi. So we've all learned a little. So Marianne, break for 5 minutes, and then we'll start the regular meeting, and it will be modified. I'm sorry, Steve had something.
Yeah, me and Mike Frizzolone have a fundraiser September 10th at Coombs Corner. It's at the old Iron Horse in Lockport. And should be very interesting.
No pierogies, though. 5 minutes.
Pardon me? It always is interesting. This time might be more so.
We're going to take a little break and then we'll come back. So please enjoy some more food.
I'd like to have Jake lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, please. Everybody stand.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Dawn, would you take the township roll?
Okay, and can I just have one
person shout out how many are representing your township? Shanahan. Creek. Okay, Custer. DuPage.
One.
Okay, thank you. Florence. None. Frankfurt. Green Garden. Green Garden. Okay. Homer.
One.
Okay. Jackson.
One.
Joliet. Lockport.
4.
Manhattan.
Yeah.
How many?
1.
1. Thank you. Monique.
2.
New Lenox. 1. Peatone. 1. Plainfield.
2.
2.
Got about 6. 7.
Oh, yeah, 7.
How many? 7. Thank you. Okay. 3. Troy. 2. Okay. Washington. Wesley. Wheatland. Will. 1.
I think Wheatland has 2.
Wheatland has 2. Thank you. Wilmington and Wilton. No, I said Joliet. Yeah, wait a minute. Yeah, I did.
Thank you, Dawn.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, do we have any first-time guests tonight that would like to introduce themselves?
Isaiah, we'll wait until later.
Isaiah, anybody else first-time guests? Go ahead, sir.
No, you're on the agenda.
Oh, so late. Okay.
All right, let's have a legislative update. Kathy.
Kathy Elton was here.
We might have to come back to her because I think she stepped out. Who would like to give the county board update?
Oh, what do you want to know about the county? Yeah, you know what? Everything's going good right now. We're starting budget talks, and I think everything's going to be where we can reduce the tax rate again. I thought you were calling for Judy when you talked about county board. She's with me too. We do a good job on land use, by the way.
Yes, we do, Steve.
The county board right now, I would say, is in the best momentum that we can ever be in. Seems like everything that we're doing is right. You know, we're not screwing nothing up, so.
That's good.
The courthouse is being built, and the health department's just starting. The public safety building's done. We're gonna keep on moving without raising taxes. So that's what everybody in the room wants to hear, no tax increases. And the regulations, they're cutting too. Every meeting at Land Use, me and Judy get more regulations exempt from building permits. So you guys could, now you can put a door up without getting a building permit. Next month you'll be able to put the wax around your toilet without getting a building permit. You'll be able to
Have bees and
do it. And you want to have bees, we're going to allow you to have bees, just like we allow you to have chickens. And you can sell honey. Up to, Grant told me that you can sell up to 1,500 jars or pounds.
500 gallons.
A lot of honey. So if you're a bee raiser, you know, you're going to love the county. I'm just real excited because so many good things are happening, and it's all due to the Will County Board Republican majority. So that's all your Republicans on the board. Because when the Democrats were in control, like Keith Ogle said, I was on there during that time period. They raised taxes to the max, and they gave everybody raises. So all those raises that they gave wasn't enough to cover the bills, and they went into contingency. So that's Democrats. They're tax and spend people, and they want to regulate you out of your house. So keep pushing your Republicans on that board, because we all need help, every one of us. The Democrats don't like any of us. They talk nice to us, but we know they don't like us. So, I mean, let's face it, why would they like us? We're polar opposites. You know? So anyway, I think I made my point. But God bless you guys.
Okay, old business. The precinct committee been training at the township level. We did Wheatland one Monday. Last Monday we did DuPage. This coming Monday we're going to Joliet. Apparently DuPage people that couldn't attend are going to attend the Joliet. 4 Troy people are going to attend, and 1 from Shanahan. We are very excited about that because it is picking up steam and we're getting better. But a treat, I think, is for next Monday, the Monday after this. I'm still waiting to confirm that with Dave Smith. And anyone in that area, I think Sherry from Green Garden is going to come over and we're going to approach some of the other people. It's a little bit different training. It is not EDS. We encourage everybody to still attend EDS because that is really the full gamut of what you should know about as a precinct committeeman. On your tables are the latest copies of the Will County Gazette. Once again, I receive about 100 of them every week, and I work at bringing them to fundraisers, and it is an excellent opportunity to find out what's going on in the county and in the state, and they always feature one of our candidates, and you can take some and put them in your library or at a laundromat. There's other places that these gazettes could be placed. Ed Rankowski had mentioned to me about 2 months ago that he felt that our internet policies were non-existent, and because of the litigious nature of the society today, he came up with a rule of 10, a list of 10 policies that we are going to adhere to. We adopted them at the executive committee, and basically it just says that you can't post personal things. We have to keep it within the county committee format. It can't be I, me, we, because you're not speaking for us. And we will remove any comments that are unpleasant, and it's going to be policed a little more than it has been in the past. And I think that so far we've done quite well. Barbara Delaney is one of the editors, and we watch what comes up all the time because it's important to us that we have the right presence out on the internet, for Facebook particularly. Another thing on the precincts, we only have 86 empty, and that's about 29%. Incidentally, Wheatland will be receiving 4 more precincts of the Aurora 7. Where they are going to be, I don't know. I made the mistake of asking Chuck to set up the names, and he said, I don't have the map, and I didn't even think of it. Of course, they're going to redraw the map, or they're going to do something with it. They told me it's coming soon. Soon, I don't know if that's a week or 2 weeks. Have you heard?
No, I haven't, but I just wanted to say she's referring to the abolishing of the Aurora Election Commission, which the voters just did recently. This is one of the greatest services to the voters in the Wheatland Township portion of Aurora. That place has been atrociously run. They can't get the results in. Nobody knows what's going on when anybody calls and asks them a question. They send the voters to the wrong polling places. It's a complete disaster. So now it all falls under Nancy Voots or whoever the new clerk is going to be, and elections are going to be much smoother without them. So.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Clarification. Okay, business at hand. Natalie, you want to give us just a recap? I think everybody's been here for this, but our relation people and at the event we had from 6:30 to 7:30. To the people that don't know what happened.
Sure. You want me to wing it again? Yeah.
I'll do it.
You never know what's in store when that happens. Would you like to?
Sure. Good. We invited Mike and his guests who are in the Laotian community to visit with us because they, as a community, are very active and very civic-minded, and they are very conservative. We, at the executive committee, thought it would be important to have them come and meet candidates, not only for the townships and the county, but for the statewide, because they are a group that feel and think very much the same, and if they are impressed with our candidates, and our candidates are impressive, then they will pass that on to others in their community. So we had a reception for them from 6:30 to 7:30, and as you all probably were coming in, the candidates were speaking to that, and so we avoided having another candidate set of speeches. But we're going to do this for other ethnic groups as well, and we'll let you know what they are as we set up those alliances. The next item, and this is something that is extremely important to me, is I would like to introduce Isaiah Williams. And Isaiah Williams is involved in the community involvement and movement in the county, and particularly in Joliet. And he has been very instrumental and has impressed a lot of people with what he's been doing and saying. And I would like to introduce Isaiah Williams.
Hello, everyone. I am being considered for a precinct committee for my area. I live in Parkwood, Highland Park, Pilcher Park area there. Very honored that I was even approached to represent. But I'm a local boy. I'm a Joliet native, born and raised. Dad comes from a father, a hard-working, 33 years in the U.S. steel mill. But he made a way for me and my sisters to be able to attend Catholic school, St. Pat's Grade School, over to Catholic High, the old when it was just a boys' school. But had enough of it after the second year there, so I graduated from Joliet Central. Now they're integrated. And I do plan on being around after 38 years. That being said, there's a lot going on. I try to be very active. I sit on the board of the African American Business Association, and I'm also on the committee for this Including You Festival that's going to be downtown Joliet on July 28th. And we were approached, Julia Alexander and myself, we were approached by the mayor to bring something downtown that's all inclusive. You know, it's not just one ethnic group or another. It's just to bring downtown. I mean, I grew up when there was I'm dating myself here, the Princess, the Mode Theater, and the Rialto all at once. You know, when our parents get us out of the house to be able to go to the 3 theaters down there. And the traffic and foot traffic down there was tremendous. But, you know, I really would like to see that come back. So how I'm involved a lot with getting youth and getting young people involved in not only just having a path of where they might want to go, but also to have, to learn about business, to learn about not only having a business creating, but how to stay in business. You know, I was blessed enough to get the knowledge from my father, who was a real estate owner for years and years, and very well respected man. And I have a few properties myself now. He says, Junior, and I'm always still Junior. You sure you want to do this? Now I know what he means. But with that being said, just reaching out to people, and I do have the gift for gab, and just getting people aware. You know, honestly, I grew up as a Democrat, but I'm seeing the other side. I'm open to what can happen and what can happen for us overall as a people, and I'm truly honored to be here. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Also, we have a representative from the Young Republicans. They have restarted their organization. They are very enthusiastic. And we attended their meeting last Friday. They're going to have another one, I think, once a month. But a representative from their group I would like to have here each month to tell us what they're doing and what is going on with them. And Matt Wiley, who is the representative, is here to tell us about the Young Republicans.
Okay, for those who don't know me, my name is Matt Wiley with the Young Republicans here in Joliet. And my career, I'm a photographer, so any pictures, candidates, I'm always available. But to talk about the Young Republicans, recently, over the past 6 months, we have really sat down and resurrected the group. We grew to 15 members as President Day right now, and anyone could join the Young Republicans. Anyone could join the Young Republicans, but our core group is 18 to 40. Anyone younger or older could be associates of the Young Republicans. And July 27th, we're going to host our first bar crawl fundraiser in downtown Plainfield. So we're looking forward to making that a success. And let's see what we got. Okay, we will be making endorsements before September 27th. So for all the candidates that's here, we're going to be meeting up with you guys and really figuring out, which candidates we're going to choose to endorse. And we have a new Facebook page that's going around, so we're going to be sharing that as well. And that's all.
Quick question, please, of Matt. Is this Will County or Joliet? Because I was Will County Young Republic.
Yes.
Okay.
Clarification.
Oh, yeah, it's Will County Young Republicans, and I'm from Joliet.
Okay.
Okay. Now, if your township chairman, if you haven't received the 2018 primary voter file from Judy, she can still send it to you. That is very valuable. It's what we will eventually see on data center from the RNC, but you can get your township right now. And so it's available. I've had it for a couple months, and we've been sending it out. I think several of the township chairs have received it. I need a general consent agenda for the treasurer's report and approval of the minutes for June. Can I have a motion to accept those?
Motion. Second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Okay, committeeman training. Our host, Joel Johnson, is going to host once again an event at Harris, but it's going to be Ed's training. I spoke with Ed, and he will be sending out an email blast 4 weeks before the event, and it is on August 25th, and then a second 1 week before the event, and a reminder 2 days before the event. He will ask for you to send an RSVP because he does produce a booklet. This is the full training that you've seen so many other times. But in addition to that, after lunch, and thank you, Joel, for hosting that, we are offering an afternoon session called Media Manipulation. And in the afternoon, after a delicious pizza lunch, we are envisioning a roundtable discussion, a learning about session using social media to your advantage. Candidates and PCs will benefit from knowing about using this communication medium. So candidates are welcome too. Facebook is more relevant today than either the Tribune or the Times. Come for training with Ed, enjoy pizza, courtesy of Mr. Johnson, and stay for an afternoon session. We guarantee that you will learn something from it, and it's something that we have been sorely lacking, is getting into the social media environment here as an organization. And I thought this would be an opportunity to at least get some of the PCs up and running. And a lot of people know this and they know that, and if we're all together talking about it, we can share things. And it's interesting how even over dinner when you're with friends, you say, oh, I didn't know you could do that. So this will be very helpful. Okay, County Fair, Natalie.
What time is that going to run to, do you know?
Oh, it'll probably be a couple hours at the most.
So 2 in the afternoon? Or?
Well, lunch will be what, from 12 to 1, is that what, and then it'll probably be out of there by 3.
There'll be beverages provided for that as well.
Oh, well, thank you.
Not alcohol.
All right, it's time for County Fair, August 22nd through the 26th. Runs from Wednesday through Sunday. So if you are planning to help me, and I do need your help to man the booth, please stand up. We've got 2 takers there in the corner who've already signed up. Stand up. I want to see who my team is.
Where's your sign-up sheet?
So I have now put my sign-up sheet online as a Google sheet. If you are planning to help me, send me an email. I will give you special access privileges as part of my... And you can see where I need help. Judy, you're coming to help me. Stand up.
I'll be there every day because you will not be there.
Right, I will not be there. And I will, you know, I got a new job. So I need your help. Ben, you're going to come and help me? I'm going to help you out. Stand up. All right, you can all sit down.
Okay.
Now those the people that were sitting, I want you to all stand up. Everybody else, stand up.
Everybody else stand up. Comply.
Okay, and we're going to practice what we learned earlier today. And what else did we learn in Polish? Oh, it's not pierogi, it's pierogi. Okay. So I really will need help this year more than ever, and especially in the afternoons. So I will put it on Google Sheets. You can send me an email. And it is lots of fun. It's more fun than you... For 2-hour or more commitments, it's easier for me to schedule because there's going to be a lot of pieces that I have to move around. We really need to have 4 hands on deck. Well, 8 hands on deck if everybody has 2 hands, especially the afternoons. On the weekends from about 12 to about 6, Saturday and Sunday. Very busy times. I need at least 4 people. During the week, especially for candidates, you really should be there, especially if you're running countywide, from 3 till 7 o'clock. And if you cannot be there, send a surrogate to represent you, because we literally have thousands of people coming through there that are voters, and they love us Republicans, I'm sorry to say. The other side of the aisle, not so much. Over at their booth, same place, same time. So here I have a big, huge problem. I need somebody's help with. It's very difficult for me to transport a helium tank from Joliet to Peatone. Is there somebody who has a truck that can bring a helium tank? It's about this big, a helium tank, and deliver it bring it from Joliet to Peatone on Tuesday. Don't everybody stand up at once and volunteer.
Yes.
You can do it on Tuesday?
Sure.
Perfect. And who wants...
Just like to sit down and...
And I do need somebody to deliver it back to
I'll be there the last day, so I can load it
Perfect,
up.
problem solved, thank you. Okay, that's all I have, thank you.
I'll be there on Sunday.
Right, the only problem we have right now then is to come up with something that'll attract people as we have for the last 3 years, where there is some sort of voting that people do, and they wait, come right up and say, I know you had something before, what are you doing? So we're still working on what that's going to be. Hopefully it'll be just as clever.
The bean vote went well. The bean vote was,
Yes,
or whatever.
yes, it went well. Perhaps we'll do something again with soybeans. All right, we have a family day on September 30th, and Pete, would you tell us about that?
Family Day, September 30th, going to be at Siegel Farm. The cost is $10 a ticket, so you're actually getting a discount. Normally it's $15 you get in there. They have all sorts of food, variety of food, sausage, hamburgers, chicken, tacos, whatever you want. You just buy that, but the ticket admission gets you and your family in there. There's all sorts of rides for the kids, a corn maze, they got a train, all sorts of hay wagon rides, all that stuff. It's going to start at 11 o'clock in the morning, and it goes to 4 o'clock. And we have a special guest speaker who's coming out from Massachusetts, Lawrence Spivak. Very great speaker. He wrote 3 books so far that I know of, or actually 5, and they're parodies of Dr. Seuss books. And it's really funny. You think you're reading a Dr. Seuss book, but he applies this to the politics that's going on nowadays. So it's very crafty the way he did it. And if you bring kids there, 3 or under, and that event at the barn, we have for a while. We want all the candidates there with their information, and the candidates and that are affected in our area. And I hope you put it on your Facebook page, candidates. I know a lot of you did. But I have to say, the quality of our candidates really exceed your opponents. They really do. Starting at Lori, she does have she didn't commit any felonies, all embezzlement, forgery, but you know, I'll let you pass on that. Steve and Mike, they really have worked hard on the county board. Steve is a little bashful, in case you haven't noticed, but the public safety building, the new county courthouse, the new health department building, those are being financed not from, you know, our local taxes, but a combination of things. They're taking a percentage of the Regional Transportation Authority money. They're using that for the building. They refinance bonds, not for a longer term like the Democrats do, the same term but at cheaper interest rates. So, and Mike Frigolone was responsible for a lot of that. And Steve is great when he's cutting government regulation, maintaining line taxes. And I remember when the Democrats, I think it was 6 years ago, for 2 years had control of the county board. And like Steve said, the taxes went to the max. They no hesitation on hiring more employees and big raises, and they got themselves in trouble. They had to go in the contingency fund, like Steve said. We got Rick Leib here. He's running for state rep against Larry Walsh Jr. Now, when I went to Larry Walsh Jr.'s website for his campaign fund, the state Democrats gave him $110,000. They got unions. The top union, I forget which one, was $50,000. Yeah. Then it goes from $25,000, $20,000, $15,000. That's where Larry Walsh Jr.'s money is coming from, the unions. So who's he representing?
The union.
Yeah, the unions and Madigan. The Democrats vote along with Madigan. So that's why it's important to, you know, the state reps really affect this, what's going on in the state. And we, you know, Central Committee wants to help support them too. Margot, you know, she's over here. Great job, you know. Who else is here? Oh, Steve Weber. You know, when I went, Steve, real modest, so he in that profession, maybe in the public school system. I worked here. But Steve, you know, you save money on mailing costs, on printing costs, just simple stuff like that. It doesn't take a rock. Higher interest rate, 6.5 times higher than what Pat McGuire was doing. You know, so that's why we need him as county treasurer. You know, I don't have a bad thing to say about any of the politicians, you know, the candidates that I have endorsed our organization. Really, you know, Jim Riley, you know, he has experience on Braywood Police Department, the Joliet Police Department, the Sheriff's Department. He's working on his doctor's degree. Ben, you know, Ben has the experience, he has the judgment, he has the qualifications for what he's running for. But you just won an award a couple months ago, and the Illinois Crime Commission,
yes,
they give out one award a year, and it was a Judge of the Year?
Excellency in the Judiciary.
Excellency in the Judiciary. And they only give one award, and Victoria got it. So the purpose is Family Day. I want you guys to go out and invite your neighbors, your friends. Those are we don't want all candidates there. We want the general public there so they can meet you guys. That's the whole purpose of this. So we come here and it's usually candidates and you go back and forth, this fundraiser, that fundraiser. It's always the same people. So this is something different. It's cheap, $10 a ticket. Kids 3 and under are free. So September 30th, Sunday, 11 to 4. We're going to have a great guest speaker there. You guys will have a nice time. We have our general fundraiser is going to be in Bolingbrook, October 3rd. That's a Wednesday. It'll probably be about $100 tickets. We haven't finalized that yet. We're going to have a buffet, 2 lines. We're going to have salmon, you know, roast beef and chicken and nice salads and dessert table. It's going to be a little different this time. We also have a guest speaker there, Lauren again. And we're going to, you know, we want this event to help everybody, all the candidates, and that's why we're having that. So we're going to try to have tickets for the Family Day at the Will County Fair, get them printed out, and that's a great way for you to, Barbara and I, we're going to probably buy, I don't know, 50 of them, we're just getting them out to people. Hey, come on, we want you to come to this fair, friends and neighbors, and that's what we want to do. We want to get a different, you know, people that are Republicans that are bashful or shy to fundraiser. So this is a cheap event for them, and you get to meet the candidates. That's the whole purpose of Family Day. The October 3rd event on Wednesday at Bolingbrook, that's going to be a nice affair, just like the Lincoln Day dinner. And so we hope to see you all there. We'll have more information on that as it comes up. The date's reserved, the guest speakers reserved, the menu's already picked out, so we're all set on that. At Family Day, everything's all taken care of. You know, we don't like that. So you just go out there and have a nice time. All right, we have any questions? What's that? What time was the speaker? You said the event was 11 to 4. 11 to 4. The speaker is in the new bar, and that's going to be from 3 to 4. Yeah. Okay, thank you.
A lot of things happened, and just planning out even further. We're lucky. It's going to be great. That's all I have. And yes,
are we doing announcements? In Wheeling Township, we're having our annual fundraiser and golf outing on August 24th, Friday. Please put it on your calendar. We could always use some more golfers, calling all golfers, so please, golfers, let me know. Thank you. Yeah, sorry, but it conflicts with the county fair, but.
Real quick. We have a couple parades coming up for the area. I think that the Frankfurt Township is doing Frankfurt's Fall Festival. I talked to Laura Mirabelli. There was sort of a deadline for it. I'm assuming that that's moved forward.
Frankfurt Township.
Okay.
With the elephant board.
Well, I'll be out there. Okay,
Yeah.
good. So that's on Sunday. The Democrats have been posting locally, and the activists have been posting that they're going to come out very heavily.
I'm sorry, the Frankfurt parade is September 2nd.
It's on the Sunday.
Sunday, September 2nd.
Yep.
Okay.
Kicks off at 1 o'clock. The following day is Manhattan's Labor Day Festival. And that was a $75 fee. I don't think anybody has been coordinating. Obviously, Frankfurt Township is not, that's not in their district. So that's my district. I intend to be there if anybody wants to go in together. Lori McPhillips, Ben, I think we talked about this at your fundraiser possibly. But we should coordinate that somehow. I don't know if we coordinate through the organization or I just send in the $75 entry and enter us as Will County Republicans. Is that okay to do that?
Will County Republicans, absolutely.
Okay, all right. Manhattan's on
Monday.
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 And that I think kicks off at 11 o'clock. I have the application.
Just send your receipt or whatever to Steve and he'll be reimbursed.
Okay.
Right.
All right, so anybody that wants to be part of that, do it. Again, they're gathering, trying to get as many people from as many different areas, so it looks like they have a strong show of force in Frankfurt and in Manhattan.
Well, Keith, we do have the Will County Republican banner that often people carry at parades, and if you're at the fair, it'll be over the booth. You can take it.
Okay.
Then you can have it for them if you'd like it.
Okay, yeah, we should, and we'll try to arrange more people so they can carry the banner down the street. It's a good place for us to be showing our presence as Republicans. So, okay, thank you.
I had a question about data center. Is that up and running and is it up to date? You know,
It's running, yes, but it doesn't have the primary information on it yet, no. And that's why we have the voter file from the primary, from Nancy's office. And if you need your township, if your township chairman will let us know, Judy will send him the full file. So we have it on disk, and you can have it there, but they haven't uploaded it yet, no.
well, I got one from the State Board of Elections, but the other center's a lot easier to work with.
Yes, it is.
See, I'm not real good at making this. I keep making mistakes. You know, so when are they going to update data center?
I don't know. I'll be asking at the county chairman's conference call that we have once a month on the first Monday, and that's one of the questions I'm going to ask. When is that going to happen? So I'll know that the first Monday of the month. Okay?
Can you also ask you also ask if there are any intentions of making an app so you can use it on the smartphone easier?
I have not heard that, but
I
will ask. I will ask. Thank you. Pete, you said you had something?
Yeah, I brought these two publications in, the Illinois Shooter. That's the official publication of the Illinois State Rifle Association, and Gun News, and that's the official monthly publication for Gun Saves Lives. I've been in contact with both executive directors, Richard Pearson for Illinois Shooter, or the Illinois State Rifle Association. He's going to, I gave him a list of 4 state reps to, they want to endorse. It would be Margot, it's going to be Alicia Benford, Rick Leib, and let's see who my others. Oh, Mark Batnick. So, and they're not going to endorse anything lower. So to make it up to you, Steve, John Block from Gun Saves Lives is trying to get the NRA to come here and sponsor a rally. And so we're going to try to have that also here this summer. You know, everybody's working full time, so it's a slow process. So, you know, besides what we do. So we're working on that, and hopefully we get a nice big crowd. And he's trying to get the NRA to sponsor that rally. So that's what we're doing there. If you guys like these publications or you never read them, I urge you to take them. I started distributing 25, now we're up to 100. I know some of these township organizations are taking 12, 15 at a time, and a lot of information in here.
Thank you. Yes, Jim.
I just want to remind everyone that this week is Plainfield. There'll be lots of folks.
Riders at?
Right here.
All right. So Gretchen is actually having her Freedom Ride coming up July 28th. They're going to start off at Semino's, 9:30 a.m. and to grab some snacks. The ride will begin at 10:30.
I don't want to interrupt you real quick, but I actually built Bikers for Trump, so for Chris Cox. Those guys are really unorganized, but I do know the major biker leaders that are dying to do a bike run. So I'll give you the number. Remind me, I'll give you his number right now. He'll tell him how many people you want, and we'll have him there.
All right. All right.
So yeah, just
thank you.
flag me down. So I know the guy. I know the guy.
You know the guy.
Even though he might not be here, he'll mobilize everyone.
Yeah, we got a guy. We got a guy.
No, you don't know how bad. Just because Bikers for Trump, Chris Cox, and I'll say it because I don't like him anymore, but he's too scared to come down here to Chicago. So I got enough bikers here that wanted to go out there and campaign. They're just waiting on a call. So
okay.
I'll let them know.
Well, there's a lunch that will be provided. The cost is $20 per ride. If you're going to be a passenger, it's $5. They have three sponsors: Leather, Chrome, and Freedom. So yeah, you got to have leather and chrome in there. Thank you.
Anybody else? Yes, Kathy.
Okay, Friends Republicans, this next weekend we have Proud American Days. I know many of you have graciously come out and been celebrity chefs for us in the past, and now's your opportunity to do it again, Ben. Do it again, Ben. And Victoria, and Lori's already graciously volunteered. So basically, celebrity chef, you don't honestly really have to cook, but it is an opportunity. It's just kind of a cute way to get yourself in front of the people. The people are already there. You're not begging them to come to you. So if you can give us a few hours and hang out with us and have fun at the booth. There's no onion chopping this year. No onion chopping.
100 pounds of onions in 2 years.
There's no onion chopping. You know what? We took all that's off the menu. We just do an Italian sausage.
They'll endorse you if you chop onions.
And we did, didn't we?
Me and Mike will be there.
Hey, 100-degree day signature drive, just saying. Anyway, so yeah, we do have that coming up. Our steak fry is, I think, September 30th. That's always the last Sunday. That will be from 1 to 5, so when you get exhausted at Will County Family Day, come to the New Lenox Republicans and have some steak. I think that's all. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, I do.
Yes, Judy.
So, countywide candidates, September County. You're welcome to come join me like you did for the feature parade. If you can't make it, but just put your signs on there. So many people that are not really sure whether you're there or not, but your signs will be there, and it's a good small town. Do you know what time it is? Okay, I'm done with, yeah. No.
Flyer, which we get all the time for constitutional rights, their annual fundraiser, the 5th annual fundraiser, and it's going to be the same as like last year. And if you're a candidate countywide, you're best off to get a table there, because there's going to be a lot of people. Our goal is 280 people, and pretty much all of them are from Will County. So it's a real good event. The information's on your table.
Anybody else? Motion to adjourn?